As great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
We now take you live
to the Central Texas Command Center
in the heart of the resistance.
Oh, yes.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
I want to rampage through Raptor Man, John, Steve, Peyton, and Michael's calls. That's all we've got time for. I want to hit a few positive news points first. And I'm going to spend more time tomorrow on the weekday show on this because it's so important. Hershey explores removal of corn syrup, New York. Why is that so important? Well, Hershey's already moved years ago to Mexico. But, see, they don't care about that. They don't care about jobs in America. But the fact that people won't buy their products because they've got high fructose corn syrup in it, linked to diabetes and so many other medical problems. They have all these PR program ads about how good corn syrup is for you and high fructose. People just aren't buying it, so it's being taken out of ketchup, everything else. An example of voting with your dollars, people power. UN poll reveals global population not convinced by climate change scaremongering. Breitbart reports on that. People think basically in the poll that it's the biggest fraud out there. So there you go. See, it's not working. San Diego encourages rainwater harvesting with rebates on your water bill to harvest rainwater. Most counties and cities are trying to find people they catch doing it. The answer is getting the people all involved producing. The answer is production. The answer is believing in people and decentralization. Wall Street moves to put taxpayers on the hook for derivatives trades. Michael Krieger up on Infowars.com. Remember what Wall Street wants, Wall Street gets. But the good news is the legislation's now in trouble. Kurt Nimmo wrote about it as well, trying to sign us on and guarantee multinational companies who create derivatives. A derivative, whether it's credit default swaps, and there's hundreds of different types, is counterfeit. It's just fancy counterfeit. Here's an example. Selling a mortgage 20 times. And then selling the insurance on that mortgage multiple times. Credit default swaps. I mean, give me a break. This is why they want us race warring on the streets, because they're busy out the back door robbing everyone. Tell me we're smart enough not to buy into this garbage. Raptor Man, finish up your point. You're making a great point about distractions for the takeovers that are happening right now.
Well, you know, you see these crises quickening, and people can only take so many crises at a time. So when they're throwing a lot at you, you got to ask why. And, you know, they're using quantum computers to watch everything, quantify everything. Well, I'm using my quantum computer to make a prediction, and it's not hard. Obama will pass these trade initiatives with fast-track authority in the next 2 years. He's their closer.
He is their closing pitcher, and they've got a bunch of Republicans behind it signing over everything from internet freedom to taxation power to the courts, away from Congress to the unelected multinational boards, and the entire 30-point plan is, quote, secret. Let's remember that. Great point.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's going to be great for all these people out there that think fantasy football is the most important. Hey, great dads. Watch your football, act cool while your whole future's robbed, be a bunch of chumps. You're not men. And I'm not knocking guys that watch football, but you should get a lot more upset about having your whole future stolen than you care about your quarterback getting hurt. John in Denver, you're on the air. Welcome. Okay, John's not there. Go ahead, John. He's gone. Let's go to Peyton in Texas. Peyton, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going over there?
Good, brother. Go ahead.
I was going to give you a piece of good news. I've talked to ranchers down in South Texas. I'm from Brownsville myself, and know all the King Ranch people in the Armstrongs, Kennedys, and all that. And they are wiping out these guys that are non-Mexicans and burying them right there in the sand. And that goes all the way up to Corpus Christi and all the way to Gonzales, the same thing. They don't want these son of a bitch. Excuse.
Sounds like you've had a little bit of whiskey in the eggnog. Is that fair to say? How many drinks have you had?
Fair to say, yes, it is. But
yeah, you're saying the other than Mexicans, are you saying Muslim extremists are being executed?
Exactly. And this has been going on for about 8-10 months, and I'm calling, periodically, and they're telling me, yeah, they're really heavy. They're moving.
Yeah, the U.S. military's down there, and there is Saudi Arabia is double crossing the New World Order because they got double crossed. And from the intel I've got, they are trying to spill a bunch of people in, and they do have U.S. Army and Marines down there, and there is a war basically going on. And what you just brought up is extremely secretive. That's why I haven't even gotten into it, but I've been told about it by very high-level sources from multiple angles. And that's all I'm going to say about it at this time, so I appreciate your call. Let's go ahead and talk to Steve in Ohio. Steve, you're on the air. Welcome.
Saudi Arabia got double crossed. Hey, yeah, I wanted to talk about something that's called House Resolution 758. I ain't heard much about it.
Yeah, Ron Paul wrote an article. It's on Infowars.com saying it is an act of war. It is an act of war against Russia, who's done nothing to us. Not saying they're perfect, but they're not offensive. The West, with George Soros, is basically declaring economic war on Russia.
Yeah, and I read it, and I guess they want Russia to break all ties with Assad, get out of Crimea. It's been kind of a media blackout in the mainstream.
Yeah, they want them to turn loose their ports, give them their gas pipelines, back Al-Qaeda and ISIS, and let Russia's the one beating ISIS right now, really Al-Qaeda. And you're absolutely right. It's truly disgusting.
Yeah, and now they're going to put that pipeline through Turkey and to the Greece border to try to get into Central Europe. So, the U.S. is pretty mad, and they ain't going to put up with it.
Well, let's be clear, and I appreciate your call. The globalists didn't want America to have access to Canadian oil. There's more oil in Canada than there is in the U.S. The U.S. is now the number one producer in the world. Number 2 is Saudi Arabia. Number 3 is Canada. And that's why they killed the Keystone and 4 other pipelines so that Soros and Buffett can transship it on trains to the west coast of Canada and ship it to China and Japan. That's economic warfare. They can shut off our coal power plants. They can shut off our oil. Obama in the last month has cut by half the number of oil drilling permits. They're not issuing them. I just got chills. These are acts of war, people. Do you understand that? Because so many small companies drilled, our oil prices have gone down. There's other reasons as well. But everything they can do to screw us over. Well, same thing to Russia. You got multinational globalists that want an artificial scarcity of energy. Russia's trying to deliver gas and oil to China, to Europe, so they're being encircled, and their pipelines are being blown up. See, they can't just cut them off with Congress or with an executive order like Keystone. So they blow them up. Now, that's not right. That is economic piracy and anti-free market and anti-prosperity. And now you're talking my language. Energy is everything. That's why I obsess on it. Michael, last caller, San Francisco. You're our tail gunner. Take us out.
Hello, Alex. I got a joke for you. I don't know what San Francisco would look like underneath 400 feet of water, but I know what it would sound like. Google, 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 Google.
They just moved in a Google artificial intelligence takeover metastasization in downtown Austin.
Right. Can I give you one more quick one?
Yes, sir.
10-4. Tried to log on to the iPhone today, couldn't do it. You're telling me Google and Apple don't have caller ID? You're telling me Google, who knows the color and pattern of wallpaper on your bathroom wall, the name of the guy that made it in Muncie, Indiana in 1972, and the kind of beer he had when he got off that third shift. If you can't log on to your computer, you didn't build that.
Absolutely. You didn't build nothing. When you suck air into your lungs, you didn't do it. Government did it. Appreciate your call. It's funny stuff you were saying, but a bit overdriven. I'm out of time. Don't have time to get to everybody else. I appreciate the listeners. I'm nothing special. I know how to read CFR documents. I know how to read UN documents. Bottom line, the people that have seized control of our world have bad will towards the public. America and the world is in trouble even if we try to be good. We're really sunk if we just try to build a tyranny. And I know the average person out there, I don't care what color you are or whether you're a school teacher or a private worker or a business owner or a cop, I think you want prosperity and justice at the end of the day. But we've got to admit how much trouble we're in politically to ever change that. Please spread the word about Infowars.com and the radio show. The system's trying to censor us. We're growing, but they're doing everything they can and turning the heat up to try to shut us down. Please buy the high-quality products at InfoWarsStore.com. We've got the Molon Labe M16 belt buckles in and the Molon Labe Spartan buckles in. They will sell out. We only print 500 of each. This is the second design in the Molon Labe line. There'll only be one other in the Molon Labe line, and we're going to discontinue that. InfoWarsStore.com or Made1776.com or 888-253-3139. And Super Male Vitality and Super Female Vitality is still discounted. I cannot think of a better stocking stuffer than these concentrated herbs and other formula together that I tell you will put the sizzle back in your Christmas. I'm here to tell you. So InfoWarsLife.com. Great job to the crew. God bless you all. Have a great Sunday.